Hi folks, Steve Kaposi here at the Adventuring Camping School in Northeast Thailand. It's about time I introduce my adventure craft system, and I've got a playlist, my system of adventure craft, and that's what I call it. That's my system of camping is called adventure craft. Why? It's basically adventures. What you want to do is adventures. When I go out camping, it's an adventure. I don't necessarily sit around carving wooden spoons, all that bushcraft sort of stuff. All that sort of stuff, the traditional bushcraft primitive skills can come later. But the first step is I want you to enjoy the outdoors, and this system is particularly good for young people. If you're a young person, a novice, a beginner of any age, you could be 80 years old and just want to start out with a new hobby, go camping, follow my system, you can learn. I'm going to do a series of videos in this playlist, step-by-step videos where I explain and teach my adventure craft system. And as I said, it's basically just camping and having adventures. Not so much the bushcraft, primitive skills, all that stuff can come later. You want to focus on your 3 top survival skills. That's shelter, fire, cooking. And cooking includes boiling and disinfecting water, and it also includes metal containers, whether it's stainless steel containers, cast iron in a base camp, or titanium and so forth. It's metal containers you can put on a fire. So it's shelter, fire, cooking. They're your 3 top skills. And basically, I want to help you enjoy the outdoors. And the best way I can explain my system is I've got a motto that I've developed. It's a 2-part motto, and I'll just read out the motto first, and that sort of just sums up what I'm talking about and my system. And if you just excuse me while I refer to my notes. And basically what I'm going to do is allow you to enjoy the outdoors in a safe, sensible, practical and affordable way. That's the first part, and it's self-explanatory. Safe. You've got to be safe, of course. You need to be prepared and have the right gear. They're the 2 biggest things for being safe. Prepared and the right gear. And then sensible/practical. That's what it is. No fancy gear, no tactical gear. And also that leads on to affordable. An affordable gear. You can enjoy the outdoors if you followed all the advice on YouTube channels, the famous big name people that start in TV shows, fake TV shows on TV, and all the YouTube channels. You either, and if you go to all the technical websites, or their online stores and so forth, you either couldn't afford to go camping and enjoy the outdoors, or you would go broke trying to go camping or enjoy the outdoors with all the expensive gear out there. There's many cheap alternatives, and a part of my system is to just go through all the cheaper alternative systems which you can use to enjoy the outdoors with. I've got a lot of options where you don't have to break the bank to enjoy the outdoors. And the second part to my motto is this is achieved by using convenient, common sense and repeatable methods, gear and skills. And again, that's all self-explanatory. Convenient, common sense and repeatable. It's just going to be simplified systems. You don't need all your fancy systems. For example, bow fire drills, primitive fire, even char cloth, all this sort of stuff is stuff you'll see on YouTube. Everyone is like sheep following other sheep. Bushcraft is just full of all these things. It's like fads. If you don't do primitive fire, if you don't sleep under a tarp, it's like you can't do anything in the outdoors. But, as I said, convenient, common sense, repeatable methods, simplified methods. If you want to go into more advanced things like bushcraft and primitive skills, we'll get to that later. But to start off, I'm going to teach you a step-by-step process, and we'll move into easy, convenient, cheap, affordable ways, and then go to more advanced systems further on. So that's basically my adventure craft system. When I go camping, I go on adventures. I don't have time to make primitive fire with bow fire drills. It's as simple as that. I rather enjoy nature, sit down, relax, look for animals, shoot animals as in with a camera, not with a gun and so forth. And I'm on adventures. I'd rather be exploring, scouting, reconning the mountains and so forth, than just sitting around a camp carving wooden spoons. If you've got a base camp set up, and I'm in my base camp here, I've got videos where I talk about my base camp. You can start doing more advanced stuff. You can start carving wooden spoons, canoes, all that sort of stuff, weaving nets. That's bushcraft, traditional skills, primitive skills, which can come later. So that's basically what I'm talking about, adventure craft. If you want to enjoy the outdoors, this is my system of adventure craft. It's a step-by-step process. Stay tuned for future videos. I hope you enjoyed these videos, and thanks for watching. Keep up the great work, and I'll see you next time.